I challenge anybody to a 1v1 with my Ion. Bring it on. Unless it's Dino Rush, then you guys can all go to hell. Pretty much, if you play with Dino Rush, that challenge is not out to you. Because you'll just wipe the floor with me. But it would take another Ion, I bet. Because we all know Ion is the best Titan there is. Come on, we got the lasers. Not even that, we just throw your stuff right back at you. I can block anything. If my timing's on, you're done. If my timing sucks, well, my fist is actually faster than your Ronin, so you can take that to the bank. Ion is the TKO fighter. Lightning fast punches. You don't even see them coming. But there's no hiding from them, that's the thing. In Ion, there's no hiding from us. And if you got some cool toys of your own, I'm gonna take those too. I'm a bully like that. So go ahead and give them up. Give me your fire stars, your missiles, your archer rockets. Come on. I'm an Ion. Like after that first one, you should have stopped. Don't do it. Don't do it. Alright. You forced my hand. I can't hold on to those forever either. So stop gifting them to me. And Ion is all about the patience, and that's why I like it. I like managing it, and it feels like a true mech to me. It has everything that I remember when I think about mechs, like lasers. You also have a really high-tech shield that throws back bullets. Like, that's cool. Like holding up a sword, like really? You're dodging all these attacks by holding up your sword? Like, how is it protecting your back? It doesn't even make sense. And we have this cool laser, like that's the best core in the game. Think a Legion core looks cool? Holding down the trigger? Nah, it's got nothing on an Ion. And we are also the Gooser Kings, so just wait till I get my laser energy back up and you guys just never hit the ground. And as much as I hate using the splitter rifle because I start feeling like a noob instead of using my awesome laser that hits at the speed of... Yeah, it's light. It's instant. But that one I predicted beforehand. Sometimes I'm surprised by, even when I'm looking at the replay, by the way, like frame by frame, how you can kind of just guide it over top of a pilot. What's that called again? What do we call that? Drag scoping with it? It seems to be pretty forgiving, so you can try that out. It's the thing about the laser versus the splitter rifle is that it's hard to appreciate the splitter rifle because when you're able to hit a laser, it's so much more cost efficient and it guarantees a kill because it is instant. But I've begun to actually appreciate using the splitter rifle. Once I got over the initial shock of losing so much energy so fast, I learned that at the proper ranges it just melts pilots. And it takes down some of that risk factor, but again, it can also cost you kills. So let's start talking Ion. We're going to go into some pretty long clips, and you guys are going to get a feel for how I use my my Ion. It was always a funny thing about using Titans and managing your sensitivity, at least on console. The Titans turn a lot slower than the pilots do, and also when you aim down sights with a Titan, it's a lot different than when you aim down sights with a pilot. The ADS just isn't the same. It's not as fast. In an ideal world, you'd be able to set these separately, and then you'd have a really good feel, and you'd be able to turn a lot faster in your Titan. Like one of the counters to the Ion core is actually just running left and right really quick, or if you're already really close, you just try to run around them, because if their sensitivity is not higher than a 5 or a 6, they are not going to be able to turn faster than you can run. So that's the counter to that. And good Ions know that, and I love getting into core and core battles. I have more clips, but I'm just gonna play these out now so we can just casually talk, because I don't want to take too much of your attention, but I want you guys to know right now that you should hit the notifications for one, and if you're new, subscribe. And if you haven't already, I'm sure you guys have something to say about this video. I'm sure you guys got tips about Titans, or you want to talk about how you kill Ions. In the next clip, we're going to see a little bit more with going against like the Ronin. Like, that's actually my favorite matchup right now. I find it challenging, and I just really like it. I like the dynamics of it, trying to dodge all their attacks, catch them, and then we end up having to get into a slugfest. I find in the end that you're going to end up in a slugfest because a good Ion is not going to let you land all the shotgun shots. It's going to eat up the 2 arcs, or 1, depending. If you can count, you're going to be alright. You'll need to count to 2. But crouching also helps, angling your shield helps, all that stuff. But you also have to depend a little bit on your smoke and your mines. I always take 0-point sling, and I have my extra dash. I think that's the only kit you can take. You need that extra dash and you need those mines up all the time. And even if you know how to do that trick, it's not gonna be enough when you're playing like straight up. Like it's a nice trick to have if you want to run something else, but I do believe this is the definitive kit. Like that's it, that's all. If you're gonna meme, yeah, extra lasers awesome, maybe even try the refractor ray in order to get more energy. And you know, it's kind of like going with that that ability that Ronin has. When he gets his core, if he kills a Titan, his core is extended, but those are really gambly perks. This is just more consistent. I was kind of sad I didn't get the guy through the window first. That's alright, this is more so what I wanted. Oh, so before I started getting into that subscribe stuff and all that stuff, but if you have done that, that's awesome. I wanted to tell you guys that I'm going to be dropping another video pretty much back to back. I'll probably space them about 2 days apart. In the next little bit, I'm going to be going camping. So I want to get a couple of video guys, like I want to get a couple of video done for you guys because I don't want you guys to forget me. But you know how it is with summer and everything else coming up. But that's pretty much all I'm going to say about that. Well, let me take a sip of my drink here. But I did want you guys to know that I'm going to be putting on some content for the 1 week that I am going to be gone. That's now going to be next week. Yeah, next week I'll be gone for a week, so it'll feel like almost 2 weeks to you guys. I'm going to try to make an episode in between there, and I'm probably going to schedule it, obviously, during that week I'm gone. Again, I've been thinking about doing a few more full games. Sometimes I'm not sure if I want to commentate everything, because I find that when I do commentary and I do montages, it is kind of hard to follow everything that's going on. Like, I'm gonna do one episode as well. I have all these like episodes listed out that I want to do, but one of them is to bring back like some of the coolest clips in my opinion and break them down like real specific of why it works and why these certain things work. Because the thing is that if you guys watch my videos, you guys probably know my approach. Like when you guys see me go over an edge, like you probably expected me to come back, and I know the people that have been expecting like all my moves because I'm super obvious, because I'm super aggressive. But when I pull back, it doesn't look as cool, but when I post up, it totally nullifies that. And I'll show you guys again in these kind of like breakdown things where we go over very specific clips and tell you where the tells came. Sound has always been a big one. Like, if you're not hardcore, then you don't care about sound. If you're hardcore, like you never have music in the background, you take vibration off, all that stuff. But sound is such a big one. Like if you're not playing with sound, you're missing so many cues that you're not going to get the same information out of my video if you're not paying attention to it. I do love blocking these though. It just makes my life so much easier. It's like, what are you going to do now? Now if you really want to get like, if he really wants to engage, he has to drop his block, which means I can try to laser him in the face. And then we got into this scenario. Like this is all part of a longer clip. It's actually funny, just to tell you guys, because I always found that Titan fights are really drawn out. It's hard for me to do the clips and still give you guys some context. But I want you guys to know that I trimmed so much fat off. Like all these clips actually have a lot of cool moments, but they're not always as relevant. But the only reason I bring it up is because I want you guys to know how consistent this Titan is. Like just with all the energy, if you're managing it well, if you're really good at spacing yourself, you're also going to be doing a lot better with this Titan. But the shield block is definitely the thing that makes this Titan like the thinking man's Titan. I think you can be just so good with this Titan. I think it could really surpass all of them just because of the abilities it has and all the tools that you're given to work with, like the melee, your abilities with the ion shield, your mines. Like the mines are so good. Like I learned a long time ago that when you're fighting a Scorch, you have to watch out when he's right in your face. Your first instinct is just to drop your mines, and when he's that close, his first instinct is to put up the thermal shield. So your mines go in there, they don't activate at all, and you've wasted them. It's always better to just throw them behind you and then run towards them or take a little bit of damage in the back. Like there's all these things that you should know about your basic matchups. To me, the basic matchup of Ion versus Legion, they just eject. Ion versus Ronin, you're both actually thinking. Like, I do think that is a sophisticated Titan, but I also find that even at the medium tier, it scores pretty highly, if you know what I'm saying. Let's see, Ion versus Monarch, it depends what stage he's at, and it depends really how patient you want to be, because if you manage to block his shield siphon twice, like you don't have to worry about the missiles. The missiles are super easy to catch. They're also hard for him to actually land. And if you just medium spacing is what you want to do against him, I think you're going to do very well against an Ion. But you first have to dodge his reload, and these are things that are really easy to actually look for. But once the Monarch is already upgraded to level 2 and all that stuff, then the fight isn't quite the same. Anyways, I'm sure we'll do more Ion stuff down the road. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I'm Paper, cut to you. Thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you all next time. Remember what I said earlier about doing a challenge against anybody who wanted to fight my Ion? You know what I thought would be fun? If we kind of raffle it off. And if you want to enter, all you have to write down is, Paper, I'm going to wreck your Titan. And no jokes on that, like you're going to wreck my mom. And you're like, I wasn't thinking that. Well, good, because my mom's a sweet woman. Thank you for being considerate. But if you guys do want to do this, we'll put it also as an episode. We will play it on here. Maybe we can do a dual commentary. If you have a recording device, we can even try to get 2 points of view, you know? We'll see how it goes. So I'm hoping to do that probably in about 2 weeks, since I am going to be gone next week. But again, thank you all for joining me. If you haven't done so already, make sure to put on notifications. If you're new, subscribe to the channel. We're always going to be doing more Titanfall stuff. And in the near future, I'm probably going to also be changing it up in a way that I don't think any of you guys are expecting. It's not even gaming related. I'm already starting to put some work into it, but I think it's going to be more of a winter project. I'm just going to start setting the foundation for it now, and it's kind of, you know, how I keep evolving as this YouTube endeavor continues. But thank you all for joining me. I'm Paper, cut to you, and I'll see you all next time.